Chapter 114. Why is the Lin family in a rush for a marriage? Lin Cheng's words made Jie Yishen's gaze turn sharp. Aren't you curious why the Lin family is in such a hurry to get married? Without waiting for anyone to reply, Jie Yishen said calmly, "It was your mother who asked you to marry her at all costs. You might not know this, but the woman your father is raising in the western part of the city is pregnant. Your mother is naturally urging you to get married and have children to stabilize your family status." Lin Cheng's more or less knew about Father Lin's affairs outside. Now that Jie Yishen had pointed it out to his face, he was furious. He could not care less about today's purpose and was anxious to retaliate. Jie Yishen, nonsense. Well, know soon enough whether in talking nonsense or not. One wonder if you're going to have a half-brother or a half-sister. Congratulations. After Jie Yishen finished speaking, she ignored Lin Cheng's angry glare. Jie Yishen's fingers brushed across the edge of the teacup for the last time. The next second, she suddenly exerted strength and the teacup in her hand quickly moved forward, directly hitting the teacup in front of Lin Cheng's. The two teacups collided and shattered. Flour tea splash everywhere. It splashed onto Lin Cheng's expensive suit. It was so fast that the three people present could not see it clearly. Jie Yishen got up and smoothed the creases on her dress. "Don't play tricks like drugging me next time. It's too boring." After saying that, Jie Yishen left in her high heels. Jie Qihua and Lin Cheng's looked at each other, while Wan Yuning was flustered. How did Jie Yishen know that the tea was drugged? Her original plan was to send Jie Yishen to Lin Cheng's bed today. Regardless of whether the marriage between Jie Yishen and Lin Cheng's was successful or not, she did not expect that all her efforts would be in vain. Besides, Jie Qihua knew about her little tricks. If he didn't stop her, it meant that he had tacitly agreed. He didn't expect Jie Yishen to have this ability. Jie Yishen walked out of the Xia family villa with the sound of her high heels. She did not have the ability to know that the flower tea had been drugged. She only noticed that the servant's hands were trembling and that there was powder on her fingertips. When she spoke, Wan Yuning would stare at the teacup in her hand from time to time. She had already guessed it. In a wealthy family, there were many unorthodox methods. Originally, she would not have told him about Father Lin in person, but Lin Cheng's had crossed her bottom line. Her bottom line was Su Jingting. She had never treated Su Jingting lightly. The villa area that the Xia family came out of was very big, and the security was very strict. Only private cars came in and out of the villa area. There were no taxis at all. Jie Yishen had to walk outside the villa area to get a taxi. Jie Yishen cursed in her heart. Why didn't she drive here herself? After walking for a long time, she finally left the villa area. She took out her phone and prepared to hail a taxi. A Land Rover stopped beside her, and the window rolled down. Shaishan, Shaishan. Then realized that the owner of the Land Rover was Han Zimo. She couldn't just not greet him. "CEO Han, why are you here? I have something to do." Han Zimo saw that her phone was a taxi app and instantly understood. 111 send you off in the car. Jie Yishen waved her hand. No need. She didn't dare to get into Han Zimo's car. "Get in the car. They'll give you a ride back to the city." "We're all friends." Han Zimo got out of the car and opened the door for Jie Yishen like a gentleman. Jie Yishen thanked him and got into Han Zimo's car. She still had to survive in the entertainment industry. She couldn't afford to offend her investor's father repeatedly.